Hola, it's Bonita Dina. How are you? I'm good, thanks for asking. So recently I watched Edge of 17, and one of the lines she says in the movie that was kind of sad was she was like, I realized I had to spend the rest of my life with myself. And like, it was the most terrifying thought ever or something like that. And I was like, oh my god, that's so sad. Today we're talking about why it's like kind of super important to be able to be alone. I hated being alone. Like before I moved away for school, it was like the most fearful thing. I feared not having friends. I feared not having anything to do. Moving out to a new city, even though I was living with my best friend, I had to face head on the fact that like, I'm gonna be alone for a little bit. It would terrify me. I didn't like the idea of it. I hated it, but it eventually got easier. Now that I'm alone more often, and now that I kind of see it as a necessity, I see it as a thing that I need to recharge, being alone or having time alone, it's kind of important to who you are. You get to be with yourself. At the end of the day, are you comfortable with you? Like just you by yourself? Because you have to kind of like live with yourself for the rest of your life. If you can't be alone with yourself and be comfortable, there's something a little off, right? At first, learning to be alone will kind of be difficult and a little bit uncomfortable if you're not content with yourself. You might cry, you might fuss and fight. Sometimes it's very, very overwhelming to be alone if you don't like yourself at first, because you're kind of like, oh my god, somebody save me. Also, I feel like loneliness is so exaggerated in your brain. Everybody's staring at me. Oh my gosh, I'm such a loner. Everybody's wondering why I'm here alone. They're really not. Another thing that builds offense on why people don't want to be alone is because you have to be faced with your inner issues. There's no one there to distract you from it. There's no like stimulation, like, oh my gosh, I'm doing all these things. I don't even know I hate myself. If you can sit there and be like, I don't like my own company, who's gonna like your company? You don't like your own company, so who's gonna like your company? Exactly. The ghost of wonders. If you don't get used to being on your own, it's very difficult, I find, to give yourself the proper self-care that people need. You need to recharge. You can't just go. When you do that, you start neglecting the stuff that you need to do for you. Like, I'm sorry, did you check in with yourself in like the last month? Like, did you take a minute? You need a minute. Like, you need several freaking minutes to not go insane. So you need to be alone to figure out who you are or get in touch with who you are and be comfortable with who you are so that no one can change who you are unless it's for the better for you. Once you connect with what you really want and who you are and you know what you stand for, people can't push you around. It's easier to say no to things that you just don't want to do because what, you're trying to please people? Like, no, say no. Trying to be friends with people that you don't really want to be friends with and going out places you don't really want to go, like just to be like, oh my god, I need this social interaction. Oh, I need to, if I don't do this, I'm not gonna have any friends, I'm not gonna have a boyfriend, I'm not gonna have all this stuff that people expect me to have. Like, who cares? Is that what you want to do though? Does it align with your truth? Does it align with who you are, what you like, what you don't like? Is that you? If not, why are you there? Why do you care? So remember, y'all, alone time is great. You should be more comfortable being alone. I know I didn't tell you how to, but in the next video, I will give you lots of examples of like how you can start being alone, because I didn't know what to do and I just sat at home and was like crying on the bed for weeks. Eventually, we will both be comfortable being alone together. I already am, but you will be too. And then we'll just be alone, doing alone things, knowing who we are and stuff. I'm Bonita Dina, thank you so much for watching me, and I hope this wasn't as awkward for you as it was for me.